Welcome back to CharacterSelect. Dave and Savin back for more Killer Frequency. Where, now that the basement has been exposed, we're going back down in there to get our hearts stabbed out. All I want to do is save people, man. That's all I want to do.
I just want to set the world on fire.
I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart.
Well, I guess our objectives are at odds then. But you know what they say, war never changes. Alright, back into the serial killer room.
Why do serial killers always have rooms?
It's a good question, Dave. Thankfully, neither of us know the answer, because neither of us are serial
The
killers,
key.
right?
Was this always here?
No.
Yes.
I must have missed it when I brought everything upstairs.
That's true. I guess he lifted the whole corkboard up. Hey, don't worry about that.
Okay, so Dawn is the killer, right?
I don't know, is she? And she's certainly suspicious as fuck.
That's my guess. I'm gonna go ahead and definitively declare that I think Dawn is the killer because she knew who the next victim was, wanted us to go outside, all of that shit.
Yeah, but going outside also led you directly to the serial killer board.
Hey, Forrest!
Jesus!
Hey, give me some warning before yelling down the intercom.
Sorry. Buzz the intercom when you find something and want to discuss it.
Thank you, handhold mechanic.
Peggy, I've found a tape and a map down here.
A map of what?
Looks like it might be to somewhere in this storage area.
Weird. Well, maybe the tape will give us more information. Give it a play.
Where did I find a map? Oh, that map.
Gotta hit the eject button.
George Barrow, 1968. That's when this all began for me. Follow the maps, find the tapes. I'll be waiting.
Wait,
Okay.
George Barrow? We all heard that he drowned after a night out drinking. Was it actually
Bruh.
Clive? Has Clive really been the whistling man for that long?
He says I need to follow the maps and find the tapes. I guess that's what this map is about.
I think we need to see what else is hidden down here. Be careful, Forrest. Keep looking. Buzz the intercom when you found something.
I would like to point out that he wasted an entire fucking 6-hour tape recording 3 seconds of audio. Dude, figure your shit out, please.
Well, what if you only need to record 3 seconds of audio, Dave? It's not like they have smaller tapes.
You know what? That's fair.
Man, I remember, like, spooling tapes back up with a pencil back in my day.
Autopsy is 7 a.m.
Oh,
Cause of death is asphyxiation from drowning. The degree of rigor mortis indicates that the subject
get back over there so I can hear.
deceased for 5 hours. That puts the time of death.
Try that again?
Time of autopsy is 7 a.m. Cause of death is asphyxiation from drowning. The degree of rigor mortis indicates that the subject has been deceased for 5 hours.
2 a.m. Got it.
That puts the time of death.
Okay. This is security alarm system, delivery method van, St. Gabriel's Hospital, delivered and installed, order number 1030. Christine's gas and repair, delivered and installed 1031. Ricky's roller rink, 1032.
Hey, Ricky!
Woodside Apartments, unable to install, require new parts, new installation date 17th September. KFAM radio station, client opted for manual installation.
Of course we did.
Wait, was Clive his supervisor? C. Atkins?
Probably. Oh, hey, look, the installation manual. Of course we just left Clive in charge of security. Why wouldn't we?
Okay, when entering codes and commands, sequential key depressions must be made within 4 to 5 seconds of one another. Without a key depression, enter be aborted must be repeated from the beginning. Stop, press the star, and then start over. If you stop in the middle while entering a code... Stop it, door! Fuck. And immediately start the entry over an erroneous code that you entered. Maintenance call code 311212. Alarm test. This will set off all security measures. 1911519. Deactivation code is 811220. And entry code is 715914. Okay.
I want to take a screenshot of that. Just in
I
case.
did. Don't worry.
Okay.
The music is
Spooky
not
music.
helping my comm.
Small lacerations to arms, legs, and face, typically obtained by running through foliage. Severe blistering to the feet, as though the deceased had been running without stopping.
This looks useful.
At 4 a.m., a call was received from a jogger, a Miss Sandra Sharp, reporting that a body had been found washed up in the reservoir. Drove out to investigate and was able to identify the body at the scene as that of George Barrow. I contacted the coroner's office and then the boy's parents, informed me that they had not seen him since 7 p.m. on the 2nd.
Now look at who called it in. A jogger, Sandra Sharp.
Okay.
Remember who, like, the first person we helped was? That jazzercise jogger lady? Sandra?
Really?
And who's the sheriff there?
Sheriff Matthews.
Who this whistling man killed already.
Interesting.
So, 2 people in this report have been targeted by the Whistler.
My hands are full.
That's unfortunate.
Preliminary toxicology results shows no signs of inebriation. However, a high amount of cortisol was found, indicating elevated levels of stress in the immediate moments before death.
Okay.
Okay. I'd be stressed out too if I was drowning.
I mean, that seems to be kind of a legit reaction.
Additionally, there appears to be a post-mortem injury to the arm. It looks like it was trapped in a car door.
Huh? Well, how'd you get trapped in a car door if you drowned, buddy? Unless someone moved the body.
That's not a thing.
That's your security system.
Clive, for fuck's sake, seek help.
If you're listening to this, then I'm probably dead.
God, I hope so.
What the...
I'm a man who likes to stay informed. I've got subscriptions to newspapers all over the country.
Ooh.
A few weeks ago,
Ooh,
I noticed
a new vinyl for my collection.
up in those papers, one after the other. Each headline about a murder. Each murder, the death of someone I knew almost 20 years ago. And each one drawing closer to Gallows Creek. Drawing closer to the anniversary. None of us are innocent, but I don't think we deserve killing. All I hope now is that I can save some folk from the worst that I can. I don't know. Do something to make up for what I did back then, I guess.
What
Well, what
happened
did you
to
do?
George Barrow?
One, mind you. But that's past mattering. Now, there's more I could say. That I should say. But my employer made it clear that my family would pay a high price if I ever spoke out. So, hopefully I've said enough for you, listener, whoever the hell you are, to start putting the truth together.
What
Ominous.
the hell? Peggy is not going to believe this.
Okay, so Clive is not the Whistling Man. But
Probably not.
that raises the question of who is.
And who's his employer? That's threatening his family.
I'm a little less concerned about that, oddly enough.
I mean, you'd reckon they're involved somehow.
I mean, yeah. So, the tapes indicate that George Barrow, or the tapes in this report, I should say, indicate that... Sorry, I just gotta think, and the music is not helping. George Barrow was found trapped in a car in a river. No, George Barrow was
No, he was
found
not trapped in a car.
washed
Yeah,
up on a shore in a river, having drowned. However, there's a post-mortem injury to his arm, indicating that it was closed in a door.
In a car door.
So, my guess is somebody killed George Barrow by accident or on purpose, doesn't matter, one or the other. And then they proceeded to cover it up with a lot of people's help.
That would be a logical assumption.
And somebody did not like that and has now taken steps to start killing everybody that was involved.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
Sandra was the person that found the body. Sheriff Matthews was the investigator that went to respond to the scene. But the rest of it doesn't make sense yet.
Yeah, what does Clive, of all people, the fucking janitor here, have to do with it?
He said he was involved. He didn't kill anybody, but maybe he's the one that moved the body.
Maybe.
But the Whistling Man seems to be attacking anybody that is involved, regardless of their actual guilt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, the scientist that we saved by calling the fraternity was involved. She might have been the That was her voice in the tapes. She was the person that did the autopsy.
Yep.
Okay. Who else? The guy that went to the power station, he burned down the power station, but he wasn't trying to kill that guy. He was trying to kill Ant, who works at the power station.
Yep.
Okay. So the other guy was just an unfortunate casualty. Why did he kill the kids? Or go after the tricksters? Where were they? They were at a cabin?
Yeah, they were at the murder cabin.
Okay. Was he there looking for somebody else? But no, he specifically killed the trickster. Whose name I don't remember.
Who was playing a prank on Carrie.
Yeah.
A college hazing, of all things.
Oh, for fuck's sake. George Barrow was killed in a hazing. Gone horribly, horribly wrong. And then the kids that were involved tried to cover it up. And the Whistling Man has been trying to kill them ever since. He did kill Kim Walker. Wait a second. Hold on. We need to get back up to the radio room. I just had a thought.
Yeah, go talk to Peggy.
What have you found, Forrest?
It's an autopsy tape. Doesn't say for who, but I think it must be for George.
Poor George. He was so young.
Something's bugging me, Peggy.
What do you mean?
I swear I recognize the voice of the woman talking on the tape. I just can't place it.
Seriously? Do you think you've met her before?
I don't know. I mean, I just got here recently. I don't know. Found another tape. It talks more about how George died.
What did it say?
It sounds like he was running for his life. Sprinting through trees and bushes, getting cut up all over.
What would drive someone to do that?
I'm not sure yet. There's also a tape about a toxicology report. There were no signs of drinking or that he was on anything.
What? But everyone said he went swimming drunk and drowned. It was in the newspaper and everything.
I found a tape that introduces a new detail to the story. Post-mortem injury. Apparently, his arm got caught in a car door.
A car door?
Yeah, after he died. How do you suppose they can tell?
How
Lividity.
can they tell? I'm a radio producer, not a coroner.
The written report I found doesn't mention it at all.
How did his arm get trapped in a car door after he died?
Unless he got it when the police collected his body, I guess someone else must have moved him after he was dead to where he was eventually found.
But the report, what is going on here?
I found a police report. Mentions a friend from earlier, Sandra Sharp.
Sandra. The jazz runner?
That's right. She found George's body washed up at the reservoir.
The reservoir?
Yeah? What's strange about that?
George got cuts from running through foliage, right? But there's no forest around there. Also, how did it wash up at the reservoir?
What do you mean?
Reservoirs don't have tides.
But that's what the police report said.
It's not possible, though. I did a school project on reservoirs and got an A. But, yeah, not important right now. The important thing is that it doesn't make sense.
What are you suggesting then? That the body was originally found somewhere other than what the report suggests? That the sheriff tried
Yeah,
to cover
that's
it
what I
up,
was thinking.
but accidentally let something slip?
Something like that. I think.
Well, Sheriff Matthews wrote the report. If he hadn't been eviscerated, we could have asked him.
True. But Sandra is still alive. Once we're done down here, we should give her a call.
I think I found Clive's last recording. I think Clive might be gone.
Gone?
I found a confession. Not for any killings, but for playing a part in covering up George's death. He left this behind in case he died. He hoped someone would find it.
Do you think the Whistling Man already got him?
Possibly. We've had a lot of callers tonight, but maybe not every victim made it to the phone, you know? We don't know how many there really are.
Christ, Forrest, that's dark.
I know, but Clive said he had read about other murders in other towns, and that the murders were all folks who knew about the incident. And the killings were getting closer to Gallows Creek. He said he wanted to do something good for once.
The board in his office. He wasn't tracking people down to kill them. He was tracking them down to save them. Ugh, why didn't he just come out with all of this?
He said his employer threatened his family if he spoke out about any of it.
His employer? The one who orchestrated the cover-up? Oh, Clive. I'm sorry for thinking you'd killed all those people. Do you think you found everything, Forrest?
I think there's gotta be more down here. I need to find all the tapes.
You think so? How much did Clive hide down there? Well, if there are more tapes, then there must be more maps to follow, right?
That seems to be the case.
All right, then. Buzz the intercom when you find something and want to discuss it.
Alright, so I missed a tape. No, we got that one. That was over here.
Pretty sure you got that one.
Yeah, it was the first one. Ah, crapples. Well, I can't pick that up now. Good job, me.
Gone forever. If only you didn't obsessively throw everything you touch.
Preliminary toxicology results.
Yeah, I've seen that one. Or heard that one.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're going in the wrong direction.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking around.
Fair enough. Delicious copper wire.
It's probably worth a lot of money these days.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely got that one.
Additionally, there appears to be
No idea what this thing is. Mousetrap. Final tape. A story of love, tragedy, and betrayal. Starring Maisie Cartwright as Dawn. Interesting. Gallows Creek High. Oop, sorry. I don't know where the fuck that went, but okay.
Off into the ether it goes.
Means I threw it well, Savin. Means I threw it well. Oh, hello. Found it.
Hello. Oh.
This has to be important.
I'm sorry I made you do this, Virginia. Yeah, it was the name of the lady that we saved. Deceased is a Caucasian male, age 18. Cause of death is established to be drowning as shown by signs of asphyxiation. Section 2, paragraph 4, more details. Abrasions were found on the knuckles, likely from getting into fights in the past. Matches with known history of the deceased being aggressive. No other injuries were observed, and from the coroner's opinion, there was no evidence of foul play. Additionally, the preliminary toxicology report indicates the deceased had a high level of alcohol in their blood. Not true. It's the coroner's opinion that the deceased went drowning or swimming while intoxicated, resulting in his drowning. Even the time of death is wrong. Look at that.
Uh-huh. So who made Virginia do it? Also, did that say we're in
It is
Iowa?
the coroner's opinion that the subject likely feared for his life and was chased, resulting in a fall from a height into a body of water, where he hit his head, was knocked out, and drowned. Following that, he was moved.
Dr. Sullivan, we need to have a talk. Is that recording? Shut it off.
Now, who was that?
I don't know that I've heard that before. Yep, Gallows Creek, Iowa.
Go, hold on, turn around, Dave. While it's fresh in your mind, go to the end. Hit that last tape.
If you're listening to this,
It was Clive. Gotcha. But he was employed by somebody to cover things up.
Yeah. So who did our janitor used to be?
What?
I mean, Clive the janitor. Who was he that he was in a position to make a coroner do anything?
That's a good point. I
He
need
wouldn't
to get
just send
back
a
up.
janitor to intimidate some fucking doctor.
I need to get back up to the bulletin board because I have a thought.
What have you found, Forrest?
In another tape, the coroner comes to the same conclusion as I did. George was running from something.
Maybe an animal?
Maybe, but then there's this next bit where the coroner thinks he was moved post-death.
So she agrees with us.
At the end of the tape, someone burst in and demanded the doctor, Dr. Sullivan, to stop recording.
Dr. Sullivan. Wait, Virginia Sullivan? She was her caller from earlier.
Well, then our caller was involved in a conspiracy around this boy's death. We need to call her back once we finish down here. It looks like she might know something about what's going on.
Thank God we saved her life.
I found a written autopsy report.
What does it say?
According to that, it's just like you said at the start. George drowned after getting drunk. Said he liked to fight, too.
But that contradicts the tape.
I know. And I think I know why. There's a note with the report that says, I'm sorry I made you do this, Virginia.
If it was on the autopsy report, then Virginia must be our coroner. Wait, the caller from earlier, when we had to call the takeout restaurants, wasn't her name Virginia?
Yeah, no, we got that already.
Do you think you found everything?
I think so.
Forrest, what's going on here?
Someone wanted that boy's death to seem like an accident. And they hired Clive to make it look that way.
Come back upstairs when you're ready. We need to figure out our next step.
Alright, and next time on TerraSelect, it's 3 a.m.! God knows what's going to happen next. But thank you very much for watching. Make sure to click that like button down below if you liked it. And Savin!
Hello.
I'm actually kind of pleased with myself that I put all that together before they actually pointed it out.
Yeah, good job, Dave.
Oh, I am a true detective of a jigger guy.
Yeah, Detective Dave on the case.